Rise and shine, you two. It's time to get up. What is up, my Squirtleites? It is I, your king, welcoming you back to more Let's Play ICO. In the last episode, boy howdy did we do some climbing. Made it all the way up this windmill, at least I did. Yorta just kind of jumped across the bridge, which was still an impressive feat. Don't get me wrong. I mean, I'm not going to, like, say that she didn't do as much work as I did. Well, she didn't. She didn't do as much work as I did, but, hey, you know, she's probably never moved all that much in her life. Her legs are all atrophied. Honestly, that she can do anything is quite impressive, so I'm not going to, like, besmirch her or anything. Let's head on through this door. We are back, and we are continuing into the next area we go. Okay, so this room is deceptively small as soon as you enter it, but it's actually going to get a lot bigger very quickly. So first things first, you can see right off the bat, I can't get up there, nowhere to go. There's a chain. It's pretty much the only obvious clue as to where to go, but this room is a bit tricky. And I don't mean it's tricky based on the puzzle. I mean it's tricky because of what it's about to do. Yeah, that. As soon as you climb up to the very top of this thing, the game's like, ha ha ha, you thought. And it's like, yeah, okay, now we got to deal with this. So the good news is I have never in my life seen these flying guys ever take her up top. I have only ever seen them take her into one of these portals. So we're going to give this guy a couple whacks just to knock him over, and I'm going to run over to this really quick and pull her out. As soon as we get that animation going, she should be good. Now we can go back to whacking again. Again, like I said, I just like to leave her there, so she'll be fine. And now we're just going to kind of hover around her as everything sort of comes to us. Some spiders are definitely going to get stuck up top, which is why the music will probably persist, but as long as we can make the portals disappear, I'm going to be happy. Also, because they'll get stuck behind that right there, which we will be able to get through there later, don't you worry. So for right now, we're just going to kind of have to deal with the music, but yeah, don't be like, oh man, is the fight not ending? Is it glitched or whatever? It's not. It's just, this is a really weird room, very weird arena for a fight. Also, I love how he whiffed her, not me, he whiffed her. That's like, I mean, how clumsy can you get, really? Okay, that means there's still a big guy around here somewhere. Nope, never mind, they're gone. Okay, so there might still be music for a little while, but we're just going to climb up here now that we know she is safe, because once the portals are gone, obviously they can't take her through anything. So we'll just have to track down those spiders once we start roaming around up here. So, oh, there they are. Perfect. And that might be all of them. There might be a couple down below. All right, so this room, we're going to be back here a few times. I didn't actually want to drop through there instantly, so that's my bad, but that's okay. I'm going to go over here. I'm actually going to step on this. Once I do, that is actually going to open up that door, and what I can do is just call her to me, like so. Keep coming, please and thank you. Okay, and now I'm going to take her, and what we're going to do is we're going to climb our way up these stairs, and her standing on that is actually going to open up this one to our immediate, well, I was going to say to our right, but basically behind us. So let's follow through here, and to get up, we are going to need to climb this pipe. We can just kind of leave her be in there for the time being. I think you can jump backwards and make that gap, but I'm not going to chance it. The fact that that just closed tells me she got off of the button, which is fine. Yeah, I didn't want to drop down there immediately because I wanted to show some other points of interest in this room, like these two crates here. I'm also going to point out before we get her up here, if I can get off the tree, my goodness, there is actually a ledge, like right there. We cannot reach that right now. We will be able to reach that later, but for now we're just going to ignore that. But it's good to take stock of things as we make our way through this room. Now, she has run towards where we left a little bit, but if we hold our hand down here eventually, she is going to reorient herself, and we can pull her up. There, and now we're all on the soft grass together. Okay, do you remember where to go? Well, I didn't really draw attention to it, but right as we got to the top of the chain, you may have noticed that there is indeed one of these doors right here. So this is where we're actually headed. I always get confused there because I'm like, where do I go next? And I forget that this is just sort of just sitting here as almost unremarkably as possible. And because, you know, that's not the point of interest for like a while until you've finally gotten her up, and then you go, oh, wait, that's where we're supposed to go. My bad. So sometimes I don't know, maybe I'm the only person who forgets that without fail every single time I play through the game. So I wanted to draw attention to it because, I don't know, maybe other people have as bad of a short-term memory as I do. I have a very good long-term memory. I have a terrible short-term memory. It's actually genuinely a problem. All right, I'm going to leave you right there for the time being. We're actually going to be safe to leave her be for now. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to actually drop down these ledges, and let's see. I'm actually going to pull ICO up here. All right, let's get to sidling. It's weird. You know, it would make sense if you could just hold left there, but the game doesn't really like that. It wants you to hold like left and down. They were still kind of getting these sidling mechanics down, which, I mean, honestly, I can't really think of a 3D game that was doing this at all before this one, so it makes sense why it's a bit janky. But yeah, it's very like precise on where it wants you to like move. Because in most other games, it's like, oh, you're pointing the stick literally in the general direction, then you're gonna sidle that way. But in this game, it's like, no, it needs to be exactly in the direction that the camera is to. Like right now, I can hold fully left, but if I go down at all, it just stops. If I go up at all, it just stops. Like it has to be perfectly to the left based on wherever the camera's pointing. And it's very strange how precise that is, but it just takes a little bit of getting used to, and then you should be fine with it. Not like anything super complicated in this game. Honestly, the only stressful parts are the combat if you don't know what to expect. So, okay, so now let's take this crate, and we're going to push it over here and down, and that is going to be our way up. However, that is not the only thing we have here, because yes, more of these guys are going to appear. Let's get to whacking them. Ooh, we got 2 of them right here. That's perfect. Okay, let's see if I can keep him cornered for a moment. You stay back while I keep beating up the big guy. I believe this is the only portal in this spot, too, so we should be fine to just hover around here. I don't think any of them are going to get to Yorda. This isn't a really complicated fight right here. Just take out a couple of them and you should be good. The game isn't going to absolutely bombard you with enemies. Oh, I was wrong. There is one more that is going to pop out of here, I guess because they were like, you weren't expecting that, were you? Ha-ha! You thought it was going to be over, but in fact, it is me, another bird guy. Okay, no. I want to do the jump thing. Oh, there is another portal. Well, they never come out of that one, so I guess it's not really a big deal. All right, so now let's take this crate and get it stuck there. Yorda, pardon me. I need to... You are absolutely in the way. Thank you. Thank you for getting out of the way. I appreciate that. Yeah, so this crate is our key to getting up, but it is also our key to getting to this lever that I conveniently walked past without drawing attention to it a minute ago. So now we can pull this. And in doing so, we actually drop a chain. Now you're probably wondering what that has to do with anything. Well, just be patient. Yorda, what are you doing up there, you silly? Well, the good news is we can still pull it even when she's on it. I don't know why she didn't want to... honestly, I could have just taken her the whole way. She didn't need to drop off, but, you know. Her own choice, I suppose. Now, there is a couch up here, obviously, if you are feeling a little bit pressured. We could always stop there, but I think she is able to get up here on her own. I'm actually going to test that rather than try to pull her up. Let's see. Well, no, I think I do need to pull her up. Come on. Okay, yeah, you need to get up on the crate first. Can you do it? I believe in you. There you go. Oh, yeah, she can get up on her own. I knew she could. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave her right here. Now, it's very possible she's going to wander, but I also think the game has a contingency plan if she does, so we should be fine. But that is exactly where we want her to stand for the next part of this puzzle. If she walks away from it, yeah, like I said, I think the game has a contingency plan and will actually just put her there automatically, even if she does wander away. So that's fine. We're just going to rotate around this, I guess sidle around this broken pillar thing. It's a good thing that's broken right there. How convenient. And drop down. Okay. And as soon as we do that, you're going to see that a bunch of monsters are going to appear. But don't worry, nothing coming out of that portal has wings. So we don't have to worry about them grabbing her. We're just going to proceed about what we're doing, which I will admit is... Oh gosh. Okay. Easy, Eco. I will admit that is like a panic attack central right there, because think about it, you're like, oh crap, I gotta sidle back over. Don't do that. You're gonna be wasting time, and there is absolutely no indication that the game is willing to make those sorts of concessions for you. So you would have, you know, every right to believe that that is going to cause you a lot of problems. It's not. It's just gonna mean that once we get into the next area, which is right here, we're gonna have to fight some of these guys. Not that they can really do anything in here, which is okay, but And let me rotate the stick to get up really quickly. They're just going to beat up on us a little bit, but they can't actually kill us. So it's okay. It's just something to, I guess, distract us with. Don't... Oh my gosh, dude. I can't turn around, apparently. Sometimes ICO is not the most responsive when it comes to, like, spinning him around in time. He's kind of almost got, like, that Super Mario 64... Like without the tightness, I mean. Like, you know how... If you've ever played Super Mario 64, and it could be just because I'm bad at the game, but sometimes... depending on your momentum, Mario will decide to actually rotate 180 degrees, or he'll decide, no, I'm actually going to walk in a circle around, and some, you know, and then I'm going to end up going off of a cliff on a really narrow ledge. ICO kind of does the same thing, where sometimes he'll turn around just like that, and other times he's like not willing to. He's like, no, I got to make a full stride with this, and but it's not consistent, which is always been a little bit weird. Okay, there are 2 crates that we can push down here, and I am actually going to push down both of them. So let's do that, and that actually is a new loading zone, so that's why I needed to push that down. Push that through, there we go, and now we can head on through. Yeah, I know, we're leaving Yorda alone for a very long time, but just bear with me, it's going to be fine. So I'm going to leave one of those crates there. Mainly because that crate's only purpose is to be able to get back up if I need to for whatever reason. I probably won't, but you never know. The other crate is going to go over here. I talked about this little ledge earlier. We're just going to use this opportunity to climb all the way up and make our way around. Don't you worry, we're about to start climbing again, I promise. Getting back up to Yorda's level. So all the way up we go. We're going to hit a point here really soon where it should be safe to call this episode quits, but we need to at least get back to her before I'm willing to do that. But we're getting close. Again, we haven't had like the game pause and then the camera point in her general direction and go, you're too late. So we're fine. We're fine. You're not really on that tight of a time limit here anyway. In fact, I've never tested this part, but there's a possibility you genuinely don't even need to... you could just sit around all day and nothing bad will ever happen. All right, is Yorda still sitting where I left her? She is not. Okay, so this is where the contingency is going to come into play. She's supposed to be on that platform, and don't worry, she will be there. Because now, let me get to this chain, and I am going to rotate and do the backwards jump this time. And let's pull this lever. Oh, what? Oh my gosh, really? Okay, let's try that again. I thought she was supposed to stay on that. Never mind. I do have to call her, I guess. Okay, well, then back it goes. Let me just call to her and see if that fixes her. Hold on. Camera. Wow, that was an interesting camera swivel. Come on, get on the thing. I probably should have held that so I could actually see where she is standing. There she is. Okay, now she's on the platform she's supposed to be on. Thank goodness. Now that she's there, she's going to run over, and would you look at that? There are some monsters. Now, the good news is, yes, we need to hurry down to her and make sure you don't miss that chain, otherwise you're going to be in trouble. But the good news is the only 2 portals are the ones right there. I'm going to drop and head down. We're going to rescue her really quickly. There is nothing that looks like it's going to be stopping us, so we should be fine. Let's pull her out, and instead of the whole rigmarole of fighting these guys, just do this. And there we go. Good job, Yorda. Very I love you and your power. Also, I don't think she actually went through the door. She did. Okay, we're good. When she's close enough, sometimes the games is like, yeah, she made it. You're fine. All right. I feel like we have made some pretty good progress in this episode. That was a whole lot of work to... I mean, well, we did get pretty far. We got through 2 major rooms. But in the next episode, we're going to be going even further. In fact, we are going to be approaching the area that's going... The first area that's going to allow us to open up the gates of the castle again. So... Stay tuned for that, everybody, but I think that's going to be it for this one. Thank you all so very much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Let's Play ICO very, very much, and I will see you all in the next one.